Okay, I think I'm back. I think I have a bunch of people over on another thread. I'm going to wait just a minute and hang out here. Sorry, if you're on the replay watching this, what happened was I went live and I lost connection. And so I had to go out of that connection and come back. So now I'm just going to kind of hang for a minute and wait for everyone to figure out that this is where I am now. So hold on just a second, guys. All right. Hi, Trisha. Hi. Okay. Looks like we found our way back. Were you guys in the other? I had one go live. This is the beauty of live stuff, right? You know, it's like it went live, then it just said lost connection and had to reconnect and it didn't reconnect. So I had to just cancel it. So we've got a couple, but that's okay. We're back here now. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Friday, 2 o'clock live with Chantel. I am Chantel with Chantel's 141. Hello, hello. And we're here to talk on our normal Friday afternoon at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time is when we chat live. The last couple times, oh good, we've got all the people joining us. Wonderful. Hi, guys. Yeah, it was weird, the live right at the beginning. I know, it was weird. Okay, so we're back. We're on this. So, okay, actually, hi, Beth. She's watching and joining us live today. And Cathy and Trisha, I need glasses. Glasses. Did I bring them over? I don't think I did. Well, we'll just be winging it. Anyway, oh goodness. Oh, here they are. Just a minute. I'll grab them. These crazy. I bought these. These are Lori Holt glasses, and I have always needed like a reader, or haven't always, but you know, lately, obviously, because you know, it's joyful. Let me move this chair out of the way. They're the 1.5, so the red, but they're from Lori Holt. There's a lot of other colors. I picked these up when I was at Stitch West, and I can't believe, like, for a little bit there, it was just kind of like, yeah, they are helpful, but now it's to the point where they're needed. So it's not just helpful anymore. But welcome, everyone. So I'll grab them when I need to read my things to you. Welcome, everybody. Again, I'm so glad you're here, and welcome back to another Friday edition. Today, we're back here at my house. So we've been on location the last two. Last week, we were in the venue location for the retreat that will be in September. The week before that, we were doing a live Hobby Lobby run, looking at just great things that we could use for some of our upcoming finishes that are in the sales that are happening right now. Today, I'm going to do more of a normal, just started live. Oh, okay, great. Yes. Today, I'm going to do more of my normal Friday videos and chats with you, I guess, or floss tubes that we do, where I've got some, you know, new products and some whips and just, I guess, one new start and just progress on my stitching and things that are going on here. We will talk about the retreat as well because we have a live registration date. So I'm going to chat about that closer to the end here so that we can get all the details in. But let's get going with, let's talk whips first because actually I do have a full finish to share. Sorry. I have one full finish piece to share, and that is, I did our love story from Stitching with the Housewives. To add, you can see there's my Valentine collection. I started these last year, and I will get them down just so that you can see them a little closer. But this one, I had to do a new version to our, this is yucky. This is just because I use the, you know, factory seconds. That's what Chantel gets. Sometimes we have on wood pieces, you know, there's green or some goof up or something. We don't send those out. There's always, you know, it's natural wood. There are knots and things in them. Knots sometimes do go because you're going to get those covered anyway. But if it's something that's like that, I'll just hang on to it and use it for myself. But anyway, I chose to do our love story on black so that they complemented and went with my others. Let me show you one of them. Here's from last year. I did This is on, we have a set of stands in our shop that are basically called, this is the vertical stand, and it's just this board with a nice base, and the base goes all the way through. These are kind of like economy stands, guys. These are a little over $5, and they're just great for tier trays and for tucking. I love them on my shelves. I have another stand over there, back there too, that I put it on. So you'll see in my Instagram feed more of how I use these. They're just great basics, and they go with so many different stitching. So this is what we would be calling the vertical, and there's also one that is horizontal, and there's also one that is square. So you can see that's a square. These were some last year's finishes for Valentine's. And since I had this collection going, I chose one of Priscilla's this year to add to the collection, and that was this one. But I did mine in black already, so I just switched. It wasn't, it's not real hard. I just, where her black stitching was on the white, I stitched it in white and shaded the story there in white as well. Now this is with circles. So this is a new circle design. There's this base that goes on this. It belongs to this collection. So it's also one of those economy priced ones. I think it's just a little over $5. And the other thing that when I was doing my circle finishes, I realized was something I needed, because I put it in Instagram, I'm digging around, like probably all you guys do too, like you're digging around through your bowls and your cups looking for a circle that you can trace, and decided I needed a circle set. So I went over and cut this circle set. These are available in our shop, and what they are is just a variety of measurements in 1/2 inch increments. So this is a 1/2 inch wide here. And you'll see, like for instance, this one says 6.5 with an arrow pointing to the outside. So that would mean that if you put it down on your board and you traced around the outside edge, you're gonna get a 6.5 inch circle. Now, if you trace around the inside edge, you're gonna get a 6 inch circle, and so on and so forth, right down to the smallest one. So then you've got 5.5, 4.5, and 3.5 is the smallest. And again, that's 3.5 on the outside edge, 3 on the inside edge. And they're all cut so that, perhaps you can hang them on, to store. You can hang them on a hook in your craft room, or maybe put a, split ring through there. But it's just a great basic tool that I was finding I needed them, and I'm that way. If I cut one, I'll cut 1,000. So I figured I'd add them in the shop for you guys to add to your tool sets as well. But it was very helpful with cutting these out, because you can see I've got 3 layers here of board, and I was able to use the circle templates, and then Rick Rack went around the very outside edge, the circle template, to get those matted. And that worked great. I also did a lot more with lacing on this, you guys. I did a lot, instead of glue, I'm going to the lacing, and I will show more of that coming up in the future. Let me get practicing on it a little more, because, oh my goodness, it's pretty easy, but you want to get it right. And of course, it doesn't take longer. It just takes some time. But for the amount of time we put in stitching it, to stitch some lacing on the back is kind of, not much time at all. So anyway, I'm practicing the lacing techniques. If you're looking for more lacing advice and things like that, I have been following tutorials. Mostly Cathy Habermann has some tutorials, because she did, I got a box from her as well that has the Gather Round. I joined that club, and she talked about lacing on the back of those and some of her tutorials. So if you visit her website and her tutorial section, you're going to see more photos and instruction on lacing, which you probably need to do if you're finishing with rounds. So that's why I bring that up. So that's a finish that I did since we've chatted, because it's been a little while since we did our last lives on location, and added to the Valentine things. Then after that, I just have whips that are going on. So I haven't had any other finishes yet. And my whips have to do with the stitch alongs that are occurring, and a red sampler. The stitch alongs, I kind of like this stitch along thing. I am finding that my stitching time is a lot, this is for me personally, is like so much more organized because I'm doing a stitch along. Love it. I just love it. So I'm sure you're going to see a lot more stitch along information and stitch alongs that I'm participating in or hosting, or, you know, I see other people doing. I'm going to start posting a lot more about those and sharing my progress and finishing and things like that, because it also is providing me, you know, it's just getting out there and seeing all of the little bits that are from all of the people, right? So I really am enjoying the stitch along progress. So the two that are involved in right now currently are Mad for Plaid. I'm also finishing up one with Fat Quarter Shop. I didn't bring over the Love Notes. I still am finishing that one up. So I guess there's three. Love Notes with Fat Quarter Shop, Mad for Plaid, which is one that I am hosting. It is a chart from Cathy Habermann of Hands on Design. It's a new chart that has just come out, and there are more that are coming out and market to complement and go with it. The Mad for Plaid. Then more Chocolate Bunnies, also another Cathy Habermann chart, which worked great because these last 2 months, she has been one of our designer focuses. So that's been wonderful. And then also I'm gearing up for Primrose Cottage will start in March, and that's Hive Rules. So let's talk about those and get into it. First, we have Mad for Plaid. Mad for Plaid is this particular chart, and in collaboration with, hi Amanda, with Cathy Habermann, we created the On the Edge display board in the small size. This was originally a large board that was created for a stitch along that Nichol had done with the hot cocoa bar stitch. And now it is scaled down so that it is for Cathy's stitch Mad for Plaid. The stitch along began at the beginning of this month because that's when the chart came out. And we have been stitching 1 row a week. It took a while for some folks to be able to get their things, you know, shipping and all of that. But it's been easy to catch up. So that's why we went ahead and just kind of got going on it. And in our 1 row a week progress, and I've been just keeping mine in a bag from one of the panels from Lori Holt, because she was also one of our designers that we were looking at this month. And I used the Cosmo Floss that is on a dial from our shop. Inside this bag is where I've been keeping that. My progress, I had shown you last time that I have it, I have 2 versions, okay guys? I started stitching it, which I still love. This is on 28 count Affogato from Fiber on a Whim, and I have the first 2 rows done. It's kind of a tan color. And I really like this one. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. I want to do the word in the dark spring and then get the little birds on there. I'll give this one to Alexis or keep this one. I don't know. I might give the other one to Alexis as well. But then I also, I got a wild hair and wanted to see what it would look like on Murky. And so I whipped out some 14 count Murky. And you guys, this fabric is so soft. It's from Picture This Plus, and it is a 14 count Aida. This is Murky that I purchased from 123 Stitch. And so you can see that once we get it finished, most of it is gonna, I kind of positioned it into this, you know, oil spill over there, into that dark blurb. And I finished spring this week, but then I went ahead and got started on the birds that will be for next week, because these, I'll have 2, so we can do a couple, you know, to play with a couple things with finishing. So that's why I went ahead and did 2. I used the color pink from the strawberry for the word spring. You know, okay, I just asked, Sandy's asking how the girls are doing. You guys, we sat down one night. I shouldn't even tell this story, but you know, I'm gonna. We sat down one night to learn to stitch. And I turned on a YouTube. I'm not gonna say what, it was fine. It was not any normal ones, but I turned on a YouTube video on learning how to cross stitch, because I thought, you know, I'm gonna have, maybe I told the story, but anyway, I'm gonna have them watch this instead of me like sit there and show them and see if that, you know, they just grab it, right? And it is not painted before. Should you paint it before you assemble it? I would assemble it first, then paint it. Sorry, I had a question in the middle there of assemble the stand first, then paint or not. So we'll get back to that too. But we all fell asleep. We were zonked. We sat down and all of a sudden I'm like waking up and I'm like looking over at the couch. They're both sitting there sound asleep. And I thought, all right, we're pushing things. We're trying too hard. I mean, I talk like they're 10 or something. They're adults, but still, they're working very hard. There's a lot of production happening right now and they've been doing a lot of work in the shop. And basically by the time we just all sat down, you know, it was over. So they haven't started stitching yet. So that's why here's Mom stitching away, you know, like multiple versions of it. We'll get to something someday, but thanks for asking, guys. So that's where I am with Mad for Plaid. I'll finish up the birds tonight on the murky, do a little bit more on the affogato color, and, you know, keep on going so that next week we will be prepared. I'm trying to spot, there we go. Prepared to do our finishing. The finishing is going on this stand, Mad for Plaid, and you can see there are pieces to it that create this little, it's called On the Edge, create this box. And I just got the question, paint it before or after. If you paint your pieces before, if you're doing hand painting, maybe paint them before. Just be cautious of getting paint into these grooves because they're gonna puzzle piece together and you wanna have a nice tight fit. If you're doing spray paint, maybe go ahead and put it together first and then spray paint the entire thing because it'll be really easy to spray paint. I think I maybe mentioned this before, but Jessica had sent a picture to me because she saw one at her local L&S because these are shipping out to shops. And they hadn't glued it all together. They had just put the piece together at the bottom with a rubber band, which I was like, that's brilliant because you could use your glue and then the glue that I use, the Type-On, it's something you can just hold and within, you know, about a minute, it's gonna set up so that you'll, you know, don't have to sit there and hold it for 3 hours or something. But I thought, well, if you put a rubber band around it after you put the glue on, it will kind of act like a vise. And I haven't tried it, but I think that will be a good, good solution. Now, Cathy is also going to be showing us her versions of these because on her Instagram, if you head over there, she had a sneak peek of them all like lined up and you could kind of get an idea of the things that she has put, oh my gosh, the things she's putting in them. So that will be kind of fun. Do I have these in your shop? I do have these in the shop. They are also at Fat Quarter Shop. So and then there are at multiple L&S's and some of those may have them online in their shops as well. All right, speaking of the shop, this week, I had some flash sales going on because it was kind of like my Valentine to all of you, my special stitching Valentine friends, and did some flash sales. And so today is our final sale, last day of Valentine's week, and it's 20% off the entire shop. So if you haven't already seen it and gone over there, it's a good stock up thing. Everything in the shop, so this will be 20% off today. The hours of the sale are listed in there. Go grab what you can. We have some new things coming, so we're also doing a little bit of revamping in the shop. There's some last call on some boards that we are not going to continue to cut, and we're going to bring new designs in. It's just a way to keep it fresh and keep things exciting and keep our, you know, our shelves in the back manageable. It's just some inventory control that's good for this time of year because, like I said, I'm getting ready to head to market and I want to bring back goodies. And so we're just revamping a little bit to add more excitement. I know, I'm so excited, you guys. So grab some of those things and we'll have more goodies coming. But I noticed that when Cathy shared her finish, which ones are being discontinued? The ones that were being discontinued, I think a lot of them are already gone, but it will be like the beehive that had the square cut out. The other beehive is staying, the strawberry with the square cut out. Birthday cake is not going to go on, and the roadside stand, they're really not being, I guess that style is being reworked, I guess is what I'm saying, so that it'll be a little more versatile for some other stitching. So we don't have to plug in just that one size. I've got a couple other ideas of how to tweak them, especially bees. You guys, bees. We're gonna have 2 months of bees. That's for later in the conversation, but bees are coming, all right? We're hashtag be crazy, because that's what we're gonna be, is crazy for the bees. But Cathy had shared, she put the magnet on the back. And these are rare earth magnets. This is not glued on yet, but you can see these magnets really strong, all right? They see each other through the wood. See that? So if when we get to final finish these things, if we see another boo-boo, this is mine. If we secure this, yeah, hashtag be crazy, right? We are gonna be crazy. You glue one to the back, and then this one will go to your stitch. Then you can just click on, and you won't have anything on this side. See, it'll see it, and just click your stitch to it. These are rare earth magnets. I have them here. There's no marking on them. Maybe there is right here. Oh, made in China, that's all I got, okay? But I have the link for you. I just get them on Amazon. So this is how they come, right like this, okay? The rare earth magnet situation. I also found this one, which we're gonna open together right now. This one, let me put a paper behind there. Okay, this one is at Hobby Lobby, okay? So let's open it up together. Hopefully I can. I don't have, oh yeah, look at there, just popped right open. Let's open it up together. You're gonna get it like this in case you don't wanna buy a whole container. Oh, looky there. Oh, there's 3 in here. Oh my gosh, you guys, 3. So I forgot to share this during our Hobby Lobby. I bought it that day, but I forgot to take you guys over to where it is. They are $5.99. There's a 3-piece pack in there, and we're gonna test them live on the show here with our board to make sure that they hold together. Now there's always one way for magnets, right? They resist each other. So you always want to make sure when you're gluing your stuff on that they hook together. Okay, that one is pretty good. So this is the Hobby Lobby. This is the Amazon. Both are doing good. I think you might need 2, so I would buy 2 packs. That looks pretty good. Look at that. See, I'm holding my thumb on the back, and then that's seeing it. So this is the Hobby Lobby pack. Again, you're gonna have to have this one glued on the back, or it's just gonna slide right down. But I wanted to show you that if you don't shop Amazon or you're in Hobby Lobby, this is a good one, and that's in their shop. Versus the black ones. I don't have much luck with black ones. So just, you know, truth telling there. I don't have much luck with them, and I don't like having to use 500. So I just want to use a couple. You could maybe use 2 on that. But I think Cathy's going to tell us more about that, because I've seen them. I can see, like, my little eyes spy in her sneaky peekies that she's got that. She's got them on the back. So she's using those. So that's Mad for Plaid. Next week we will be finishing them and showing little bits in the bottom. Now this stitch along can just continue because there are so many versions that are gonna go on the same backer, right? So we'll just keep going and just keep stitching. So if you haven't even started, there's time, jump on in. There's time to jump in with Mad for Plaid. So there we go with that one. The other stitch along that is in the works right now, it just started with Nichol Spore, and the link is in the description below. And this is more chocolate bunnies. We do have a board in the works for this one. I did a sneak peek with the Stitch Your Stash group last night, but we still have a little tweaking to do, so I will save that for later. But there is a board that I've worked over a little bit with Nichol, and this is the stitch. I wanted to show you my progress. This is what I'm loving about these stitch alongs, because I've changed things up on the weekends, which I gotta go get that and show you guys. I didn't bring it in here. On the weekends, I'm stitching samplers. And during the week, during my work week, I'm stitching the stitch alongs. I love it. I love this new schedule. So I am working with XJU Designs fabric in the color Old Linen, and it is a 28 count. And with sulky thread. I've never used sulky before. It comes on a spool like this, and you just use one strand. They're not, I kind of wanted them a little darker, like, well, my nails are actually black, but I like them. I like the bunnies. They have little white buttons for their tails, which is really gonna pop, and some little white paws, and it's just, the white's gonna be cute. But I think the first week is to get the this row done with the greens underneath. So I need to come back in here and finish up my greens and, you know, go on from there. But the sulky threads, like I said, they come in this pack and they might still be out there available. There's also DMC charted. This is also a stitch along you can jump in. There's the other sulkies. Jump into right now. And Nicole has the schedule for you. And the reason why I totally want you guys to make sure you're following Nicole with her stitch along, because I'm posting her group. So hi, Nicole. I'm going to post her group in the bottom here. You guys got to get into her Facebook group, because I bow down to this woman's finishing skills. They are off the charts, and I can't wait to continue to learn from Nicole from here and always, okay? Because what she does with this painting and the styling, it's so good. And this is in a bag that I got from Coa Stitches. So that's in my Tula Pink bag. So that's how I'm going with, oh, hi, Brian. Brian is here today. That's my husband. And so that's from Tula Pink, that colors. So like I said, my stitch alongs, I'm just like having a great time with all of the stitching, and thank you, Nicole, and the stitching in the evenings with the stitch alongs. So coming up now, stitch along 2. This is one I'm also going to link you to their Facebook page, because let me get this. There is a group that is PCS Hive Rules SAL. And this is being put together. It was organized from Denise Waters while we were at the retreat in January with Annabella's. They got together because it's a Primrose Cottage chart, and that table got together and decided they wanted to get this done. Hive Rules. And I have it, and it's slated for my bee stitching this spring, because the new chart's coming with bees. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So bees, we're going to dedicate 2 months to bees and just keep going with bees. But this one will start March 1st. I am heading to Nashville, and then Brian and I are skiing out in Colorado in Keystone. If you're in the area, say hey. And I will do a live from Keystone. I did one last year too, I think. And I'm going to take this one with me to stitch. I reached out to Vicki Clayton of Hand Dyed Fibers, and she put together a silk pack for Hive Rules. So if you're jumping in on this one and you want to use silk, you can just go on over to Vicki's website, and she's got this already pre-packed, okay? And they're all just beautiful, beautiful colors. My fabric that I pulled aside is an XJU fabric that just lost the tag to. I will figure it out. You're going to see it coming up a lot. But see, it's like this creamy color and has a little bit of modeling in it. It's a 28 count. This is the whole piece. I love this business going on. So I'm just chomping at the bit to get this going. But I'm going to keep it for March 1st, which is Brian's birthday. And then also I grabbed out of my stash, just to kind of show you was my prepping for the bee finishing. I have a few bee bags that I've picked up from Dot Dot Goose. And then this is not necessarily a bee bag, but I'm trying to use bags I have. You guys, I mean, I have so many bags. I need to use them up. But this one I got from Jill Weston. Yes, Holly. I'm sorry, Mrs. Jones Stitches, Holly. Her mom did those. She does those Facebook sales, and I had gotten this one, and I love the black and the gray to it. So I'm just going to kind of put all of my bee stuff together, because I've got a lot of bee charts that I'm working with in those bags. Another one is ABC, and I think that probably my silks can work with this too. So I'm kind of starting to collect all those, and I will keep posting on Instagram as I gather and collect bee finishing, because April, I will be at the Annabella's retreat again, and I know that she has a cute little bee theme that she's been sharing, that she, you know, Annabella's little logo that she does with each one of her things. The spring one has a little bee on it, so I know more bee things are coming, and I'm excited. So hashtag be crazy. That's what we're going to do for April and March. Another one that's in the works now that isn't necessarily a work one. Those are kind of work stitching for me, because work is personally, I'm like loving samplers. This has been, I've branched out into samplers. I'm down the rabbit hole hardcore with all the samplers. I finished up the red sampler from Hands Across the Sea that I already showed you, Waste Not, Want Not. And then I jumped on and grabbed this PDF from Hands Across the Sea, which is Elizabeth Wood. And it says on there, Elizabeth Wood will be always a good and obedient little girl. I just thought that, I don't know why I think that's funny. Apparently, I'm one of those disobedient little girls, or I was. But anyway, this is the new red sampler that I have in the works, and I wanted to, oh, here it is. I found it. I knew I would find it. Rocky Mountain is the fabric. Gosh, sorry, guys. 28 count Zweigart Lugana Even Weave Rocky Mountain from XJU Design. Okay, that's my Hive Rules fabric. In with my red work that I'm working on, and it's in this red bag from Dot Goose. I'm looking for the tag. I didn't bring my what things are stitched in, so we'll just wing it. You're gonna see it again, and I'll share it. This is as far as I've gotten with this one, and I had some red silk from Victoria, from Vicki Clayton's collection. It's Bastion of Delirium. It's this color red. And I decided I had enough. I wanted to keep going. So I grabbed some of my linen from my stash and I got going on this. What's the date on that sampler? The date on this sampler is 1850. And this is where I'm at. I kind of got stalled because, and it's no big deal. It's not a big deal at all. But I'm following the PDF, and the PDF version of it has 2 O's right here on this line. But I went to look and see like where I was at on the picture, and you can see the line with the O only has 1 O, and then it has this little doohickey at the end. So my pattern didn't have that in there. And that's what so it kind of threw me. Nothing's wrong. It's all fine. But it threw me for a loop there. And I'm like, do I fix it? And I'm like, oh, no, we do not. So that's where I'm at with that. And I just kind of, you know, like depending on what the week is looking like in the morning, sometimes I've just kind of done the whole little Lori Holt thing and just kind of put a couple stitches in the mornings with the red, or, you know, if I'm watching a show and I feel like I just want to work with one color, I grab this. I have a feeling that I have a lot of red samplers to start collecting because I love them. And I want to have a nice red sampler collection someday on my wall. And that's like with a lot of, not just on my wall, but a lot of, I want some smalls. I have an area that I've been thinking about that I think this would be, you know, like I could do little pillows on a stand and then on the wall and just, you know, the whole thing. We're going to watch that grow together. I'm excited. So now let's look at haul. Oh no, I've got some other finishes I wanted to share. These are not full finishes, and this is from Deborah Mosley. She stitched these, okay? And I wanted to share them with you because they are also from Cathy Habermann, and it is season 2. And with season 2, it's a celebration of seasons, season 2. I don't have the chart here with me, but she used Kimberly's color conversion. So on Feck Quarter Shop, if you're interested in stitching season 2, Kimberly did her own colors to it. That's what these are done in. And maybe I've already shown these to you, but we've got the entire, I had it on Instagram and they're out of order, but the entire seasons 2 collection is complete. And sorry, it's really pretty, the colors actually. I don't know the other color version, but these are very pretty. The conversions were done in Classic Colorworks conversion. So we've got those standard reds, and it's very, very pretty. And I wanted to show them all to you. They're all done individually because I'm going to finish them all individually and do an on the edge I asked you about this before, so maybe you have already seen them. Look at June. Look at the little red barns down here. Oh my gosh. And finish them all on the Mad for Plaid small version display board. Now, the reason why I'm going through all of them again to share and show you is because I also, oh my gosh, look at those birds. Okay, the red is Ladybug and Holly Berry are the colors of the red in Classic Colorworks. Look at them, they're so cute. And then there's March. Aren't they adorable, Denise? Oh my goodness. Oh, look at these bunnies. I mean, if you just did just one, you know, like you don't have to have every single one of them done you can just come on and say, I'm going to do April this year, next year do March, whatever, or September. Look at the houses for December and the little snowmen. Okay, so we've got all of them. We're going to fully finish them so that we can see how they interchange on the edge. I'm going to keep them interchangeable in case I find maybe there's another board that I want to put them on next year. That's the beauty of it. Like on the edge can just be the board with the magnets. It's kind of like making a magnet board for your display pieces. And then your pieces you can file somewhere. That way, if there's another finishing piece that comes along later, you can say, now I want them on this piece. See, it's like it doesn't even have to always stay on the same piece all the time. But what I have curated and grabbed for you and for me is this Poppy Cotton collection, and it's still in the wrap. So with this fun gingham. So I'm going to fully finish them all using this black and gray on each one of these with this. I liked that it wasn't just black. So that's where I really was drawn to it because let me bring it, see if I can get it without that. There we go. See that gray version in there? Sorry, it's probably picking there. Is that better? Okay, so see the gray tones in it? I just thought that was pretty. And so, again, I got a bolt in that colorway. I got a bolt in navy. I got a bolt in aqua. Ooh, and I got a bolt in red. And you can see each one of them, like I showed you before, has like 2 shades of the color, not just red and white. I haven't dove into them yet. They're coming soon to the cart, or to the shop. I know I always confuse you guys with cart or shop, but they're coming soon to the shop for our Etsy shop. They're also coming soon to our website shop. So I'm going to start telling you that too. Website is coming, and the website is being built so that we can move. I'm still going to keep the Etsy shop, but we're going to try to start moving more of it over to the website because on the website I can support you guys better. So that's that. This will be in a fabric pack so that they will be available for you to grab as well. Let me get them finished and get it cut, get an idea of what they look like and how it works and play with it. Then we'll get them out there. But they're coming soon, I promise. I know a couple people had asked. Now let's look at haul of what came in this last week. I don't have a ton. I haven't been purchasing a lot, but I did get a few new things. This came in from Needle and Flex. It's Tabby Cat, 36 count linen, just the ticket is the color. So every now and then I add a little bit to the stash there. This came from Kitten Stitcher. It's an exclusive with her, and it's Teresa Koget's Big Folk Flower. Let me tip it. There we go. Look at that. I did not get the fabric. I just got the chart on this one because I knew I wasn't going to get after it right away. But I need to get the fabric on order so that I can get that and get that going. Now, there is like a really cool needle minder in that chart too that you get when you purchase it. Kitten Stitcher is where you're going to want to go to get that. The other little bit of haul that I got, since we've talked last, is I signed up for Gather Round. And this was a club that Cathy did, Cathy Habermann, Hands on Design. She did this club. It is sold out, but it ships out 3 times. And the only reason why I thought I'd show it to you, even though it's sold out, is because, like maybe you're just now, seeing and learning about clubs, or you just want to get a little insight into what a club is like. So, oh, thanks. Is the 20%, Luann, I didn't see what you said. Is the 20% working okay? Are you in the shop? I didn't know if you were telling me it wasn't or not. But in the boxes, so if you hear about clubs, when clubs come up to shop for, I enjoy them. I love them. And I like to participate and grab them when I can. And this was one that I was able to participate in and grab it and get it. And what it was is it's a collection of in the rounds, gather round, and it looks like this. You get 3 of them. It comes with all of the stuff inside, the directions. So again, more round finishing, the directions and things like that. She gives you the batting. Look, it's messy right now because I've been playing in it, but it always comes really beautiful. You get a nice little note and card. You've got the finishing pieces and magnets, the DMC floss to put the whole thing together with. So next time we're just going to get fabric. It even came with the fabric. We're just going to get fabric and chart. We paid for the whole thing ahead of time. The glue E6000 came in it, and all of the things, and these pieces. So this was I think it was right around $200 to give you an idea for pricing for when, something like this comes up. If you didn't get in on this one, if you did get in on this one, I'm going to be excited to see how you guys are finishing too. These magnetic hanging pieces came in it for the full finish, and then some cardstock for doing the full finish. So they'll go right on here when we get after finishing it. I want to put them out together in an arrangement. Like I think I want to build a tier tray with them. I want these to be a themed tier tray in my house. So I'm going to use my magnet boards. These, I'm not going to hang them. I'm going to use them on the round boards we just created. I'm going to go ahead and E6000, that magnetic piece, I'm going to put a bow in it up here where those holes are, and I'm going to E6000 the magnetic piece right onto these pieces. When I do my full finishing, and so I need to get stitching them because I'm kind of anxious to get going on, but I have it in my head. I'm thinking that I'm going to do my piece in a, like a lighter color and like a whitewash. And then this black will really kind of pop, and then the other pieces can go on them. And I want to do these in a stand so that when I do each one of my things, I will magnetize them right onto that. But that way I'm still using the pieces that came in the kit. I'm just going to glue them to this board, if that all makes sense. So I'm just wanted to show you, I got that. I'm sorry it is sold out, but if you did get it and you're stitching along, I will give you more information about how I'm planning to do that full finish from there. But I went ahead, I debated about sharing it because it's sold out, but I just thought, no, I'm going to give you guys a heads up because I know I didn't always get things. So when if you see something next time, take a chance. You're not going to be disappointed with it. That's for sure. Now, something else I wanted to talk about real quick while I have you guys here are some easels and easel options. Last week I went over to Hobby Lobby and I just bought all of the easels that I like and wanted to share them with you because many of our boards work well on easels. And I've gotten questions about like, what's that easel? Like for when I do photographs and things like that. This is a great one. This I think is one of my favorites that come from Hobby Lobby. It already comes whitewashed like this. And, oh, where am I today? It looks different. This is kind of like a dining room area in my house. So anyway, that's where I'm at today. It's at home though. So this one, oh, let me get a board or something to put on the back so you can see that better. Maybe this will work. I wanted to, that's the style number for this easel Is it in focus? Anyway, I'll show them to you and then we can, you know, chat. You'll find them. It's on an end cap. If you see the pictures and you go to Hobby Lobby, it's on the end cap right there. And this is probably one of my favorites. It comes in this color and it comes in 2 sizes. So here's a larger one as well. So if you know, like need easels, that's a really good one. That easel also comes in black. So you can see that there. I think I don't have one set up right now with it. Another easel that is there and comes in white and black is this version that kind of folds out. This works very nice for things. And we have a small easel that you can purchase in our Etsy shop, but I also use these as well. So these kind of, and then this little tiny one is also really good. I was looking for a finish to put in it to give you an idea. Here's one right here. Just a second. It's not finished, but this round is going to be in the shop next week to purchase separately. It was in the mystery box, but that gives you an idea if it was painted, you know, the scale of this one for putting a small piece in. And then there's also another one that's kind of metal. Can you see that? And this you can make it wider, and it's a little more invisible, if you will. There's not much showing once you put something in it. So this and it comes in 2 sizes. This back on this one is a little too tall, so you can still see it, but you can see how the bottom is a little more invisible, I guess. You don't see as much because there's no color. But those, I just wanted to point out a couple of cool things that are still at Hobby Lobby that you can grab that help with finishing and decor and staging and things like that. Okay, and then the last little bit of haul that I have to share, I'm just double checking, and then we're going to talk about retreat. I have been using hoops, and I've played with a lot of different hoops, and because, you know, I kind of got into that sampler rabbit hole, I'm going to confess to you that, yes, I went and invested. How big is the round? It is, I believe, 6 inches. Here's just a second. Look at this. We're going to measure it with our circle. It's a little bigger than 6, probably 6 1/4. See, it's not fitting right in that 6-inch hole, so it's probably 6 1/4 is the size of this round. Let me see here. Got these. The inside. Oh, look at that. Okay, so the inside of it is 4 1/2. This circle from the tool set fit right in there at 4 1/2. When will you have the finishing piece for more chocolate bunnies? I'm going to ship it out to Nichol within the next couple of days and make sure that she's happy with it. And then when she says, then we'll get it shared with you guys. So hopefully next week. The things I'm using. Okay, so I bought these on auction and I dug around for them to find, but I decided to invest in some queen hoops. These are vintage hoops, and yes, I love them, and yes, they're hard to find, and yes, they're not cheap, but I thought I'd share with you because I love them and they're my favorite things right now. And so there's like this felt on the inside and the dial on the outside. It just dials in to tighten it down. And if you've seen them in my pictures, because people have asked about them because they've seen them in my pictures, this is what they are. I got this size, and then I picked up this oval, and that's all I have. And I think that's enough because I've invested enough into these. So I'm not a collector. I just wanted them to use them, and I love them. I love them. They're lightweight. I like them a lot. There's some other ones, though, that I did grab that are also vintage that, you know, like our little, I see them more often. I believe these are called a princess or duchess. I want to say princess. Hold on. Duchess. No, princess. Princess. This is a princess hoop. And this is also a vintage hoop, and it fits, you push down on this to spread that part out, and then you just put that on, and there is no felt or anything on these. This is just the hoop, and they work really good. So I really like these too. These are a little more readily available on eBay, and it's this particular style. And I really, I've used these as well, but some of these I've been collecting because I think I might put a couple finishes in them. If I have like a red work or something like that, that will fit in a, or just something beautiful all round. I think it would look really nice to finish in one of these vintage hoops to hang for decor in my house. So I've picked up a couple of those, and I've had them for a little while, you guys, but I know you guys have seen them in my photos and had wanted to know what they were. So that's what those are. Now let's talk retreat. Okay, retreat. Look, just that guy. It's as if I edited this. The retreat with Cathy Habermann. It is September 8th, 9th, and 10th. Saving the dates is where we're still at with this process, because this entire week I'm going to keep promoting it and sharing it so you can get your ducks in a row, because on February 24th at 12, making sure, February 24th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the registration will go live on my website, which is chantels141.com. If you go to chantels141.com right now, you will see a timer, a little countdown is happening. The countdown is for retreat registration. That is going to be the first thing that launches my website, and my website then will be official after that point. So that's what we've been working on to make sure all of the little things were working. And it will be basically go to it, click buy now, add to cart, buy it, and you'll be in. After that point, we will get you more information to get your hotel registrations right away, travel information, answer any other questions, that type of thing. But I'm also going to leave this entire week open for questions and answers. I have a couple of emails that I've seen your emails, and I've got your answers, and they will be answered today. So if you have any questions or just want to, be able to do some research and investigating, I just wanted to give you guys a little time, and wanted to also obviously make sure that it was going to be functioning correctly. And that's the date. The website is chantels141.com, and it will go live on February 24th, Friday at 12 noon. Do you guys, while I have you here, do you have questions more about the retreat that I can answer right now? While you're coming in with your questions, I'm going to answer. One of them was in regards to last week, I talked about a tailgate that we're doing for the retreat, because we have a Pep Rally theme for this retreat. Our tailgate is on Friday night. All other food is on your own. The retreat is in Williamston, Michigan. The zip code is 48895. I got to put my glasses on so I can make sure. I do not know the design at this point. That's up to Cathy. So let me get my glasses on here so I can see your questions. That's up to Cathy. She will be putting the design together. But like I showed you in this box of Gather Round, I mean, I trust her. She's going to be amazing, you guys. But for food, on Friday night, when I mentioned tailgate, I'd gotten the question of how do we bring food for the tailgate? No. The tailgate's on us. Okay, that's included. Will there be outlets for iPads, power? Yes, you will have outlets for your lights and for computers. So that is what the tailgate night is. It's football night on Friday. And I don't know if there's a live football game yet at the location, because we're in a school building and there's a football field right behind us. So there might be a football game going on, and I didn't want anybody to have to take off. Can I sign up for both me and my sister? Or if you can buy, I think you can buy two. You can, because it's quantity. So just add to cart, just buy two, and that will sign you both up. But then I'll need to get your information of what, like who you and your sister are. I'll give you another hint. I'm going to need to know your sweatshirt size. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So I'm going to need to know that. Not shirt size, but what is your preferred sweatshirt size? But on tailgate night, we are going to basically cater in a tailgate style meal for the event. So you do not have to do your own dinner on Friday night. And that's what the tailgate was all about. I wanted to answer that question. Other questions were about the hotels in the area. Will be at the Okemos, Michigan location, which is at 48864. It's Okemos Road and Jolly Road is the corner of that. And then the venue is in Williamston, Michigan. It is the original high school location here in our small town. And the finished piece, I don't know yet. So do I have any more questions while I've got my glasses on, my fancy glasses? Sure do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. This is always so fun on Friday afternoons. And every Friday I'm like, and the dogs are quiet today. Can you believe it? No barking dogs. So if you have any other questions, but I just wanted to let you know, price is $375 for the retreat. And that's what I have for you today. Not retreat related, but where do you get their sticky board? From time to time, I have it available in our shop. I bought a whole bunch of it, but it's also great to purchase off of Amazon. So you can get it on Amazon. It's from Press On is the name of the board. Okay, it's not called sticky board if you do a research. Yes, there will be a wait list if we sell out. It is called Press On board. Vicky's got her alarm set for February 24th. Fabulous. And so you'd want to look for Press On Amazon, and it will show you all of the sizing availability. Fat Quarter Shop is also a place that does sell it. And then, but Amazon I can get that like next day if I need it. And there's lots of different sizes. I usually buy an 8.5 by 11 size, but sometimes that 11 by 14 is really good if you're doing something big. Are you aware that there's another retreat on the same weekend, Great Lakes? Yes, there is another retreat that same weekend. Yep. So, but it's, up to you. I was going off of the designer's preference on this. Yes, there are outlets and lights for that charger. I don't know the details. Barbara Johns has the details for the other retreat in Michigan so that we don't get them confused. But you'll want to visit her site for that information. This particular retreat right now, I've scheduled it for about 180 spots are what we have available. And then yes, there will be a wait list if the event does sell out. The cancellation policy will be listed on there. And last week I shared that. I don't want to go off the top of my head. I believe I said in May, you need to do any cancellation by then. Do we pay when we sign up? Yes, you'll pay in full when you sign up. And then cancellation policy will be up until May 1st that you could do a cancellation and it will just be minus a $50 processing fee, just due to processing fees that are out of my control for this type of venue, just with credit cards and other deposits and things like that. So after that date, the reason why there's the cancellation at that time is because we're hoping, I'm not sure exactly when kits will go out, but things will get mailed to people. So especially once things are mailed, we don't allow for any cancellations at that point, because then it's pretty much everything's out to all the people, and we have to be, I guess, courteous to the designer at that point. We can't just do that. So great questions though, guys, great questions. I want to know that we've covered everything, because I know there's a lot of different retreats, a lot of different styles of retreats. And, if I haven't covered something, I want to give you guys enough time to know. So, oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I wanted to try to give some cancellations. That's why we're hanging on to a wait list too, because after the fact, after the deadline for the cancellation, if something comes up for you guys, I wanted to have names that maybe you guys could connect with and do swaps, and you could like sell your spot, kind of like a ticket, like sell your spot to somebody else. And then you can, we can still keep it full and, get you get your money back so that you can swap out that way. So that's why I thought I'll go ahead and collect those. So that's why too, if it does sell out, for sure, just put your name on the wait list, because we're going to track that. Without having a map in front of me, how close are you to Holland, Michigan? Holland. I don't have mine in front of me either. Okay. Here's the Michigan map. We are located here. I don't know if I was backward. We're in the center of the state. Holland is out here towards the edge. So this is probably going to be at least a couple hours. I don't know, any other Michiganders in here that you could answer better for me, because for me too, without looking exactly at the map. But Grand Rapids is about an hour and 45 minutes away from us as well too. Oh, flights, I should cover that too. For flying in to this retreat, the Lansing Airport is our closest airport. Detroit Metro might be the least expensive option for you. This is a retreat that does require some transportation. So you might want to just get with your friends, and that's why I'm giving time for this registration. So kind of get with your group, and maybe you guys can meet up at Detroit, rent a car, drive to, I'm glad you're excited, Shelby. Shelby's on, she's my daughter. And drive to the Okemos location to the hotel, and that way we've got a vehicle for driving back and forth between the hotel and the venue where the retreat's at. Someone asked me last night about the stitching time for the retreat. Right now I have it scheduled from 8 until 11. However, we are in control of the building, so we have the keys, basically. We can stitch later if we want to stitch later. So if we've got that late night crew that wants to go till 1 or 2 in the morning, you know, make sure I've got my caffeine and I'm there for it, and I'll be there stitching with you. So I'm kind of a night owl myself, and I can probably hang out with you. So we'll just like stitch until we want to, but for sure, you know, I had to throw some time in, but those are the time frames for that. You were 91 miles from Lansing to Holland. Thank you, Google, and thank you, Denise, for looking those up for us. Are you located in Holland right now? I forgot who asked the question, but yes, so for transportation wise, that might be really good options. There is also something called the Michigan Flyer. I don't know a lot of details about Michigan Flyer, but I do know that Michigan Flyer is a bus that will take you from Detroit to East Lansing, and will drop you off. It's right there on campus, and drop you off there, but then you're going to need an Uber over to your hotel, which is going to be another 15, 20 minutes away. So really, it might be better to just go ahead. Oh, you have friends there. Okay, and you could visit. That's a good idea. It's a good idea. Double up on that. So it might be a good idea to just go ahead and grab a car and go over. The hotels are giving us a block rate, and I'm doing confirmations on that. So you will get a hotel confirmation, not a hotel confirmation, but a hotel block thing to use. Once you've registered, that information will come to you, and you'll get that as well. So with all that, I will go ahead and sign off here, and you know, just have a great weekend, everybody, and I will post more information, or just not more information. Oh, Jess, you'd like to donate some bags? We would love to have your bags there. We will need some. Yes. Okay, Como Stitches wants to donate some. Look at her bag. Whoa, I love them. So nice. I have a whole retreat set like this. So we are also working on vendors. Go ahead and reach out to me. I've had a couple bag vendors message me. And so I want to get with you guys and, you know, find out, like, is it okay if you're both there as bag vendors? I mean, I know I use multiple bags for multiple people. So, you know, but it's kind of up to you. I don't want to upset anyone though. You know me. I like to people pleasing sicko, I guess. So I don't, you know, but I just want to make sure that we are on the same page with that. So, but we're trying to get some vendors in there too with different things and all of that. But definitely come and stitch with us. We would love it. And thank you, Jess. And I will go ahead and sign off and just wish you guys a great weekend. Get lots of stitching in. And I will post a picture of I won't go get it now to bore you, but I will post a picture of my current Sunday stitch is Florence Mary Dickinson from Hands Across the Sea. It's a pretty big sampler for me, and I'm working on the center first. So I'll post pictures of that on Instagram of my progress with that. That's the one I've been working on weekends, and I'm really enjoying it. It's been a lot of fun, so that's kind of back to the stitching. But you guys have a great stitching weekend, and we'll talk again next week. And then we'll also share more, and I'll keep giving you hints on making sure that you've got your got your calendar marked for February 24th at noon. So bye, guys.